Third Phase of Moon, Blake Cousins. Welcome back, everybody, from around the world. Let's just get to it right now. We have some incredible footage coming into us right now from Tyrone Osborne. He submitted incredible photographs from the UK. And what it looks like to the people out there is that it looks like some kind of metallic flying saucer over Brexington. Let's see, Brexington, UK. Tyrone's in his early 50s, and he submitted this morning to me on Facebook, and he's given us permission to share these incredible photographs. So make sure you stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon on our YouTube channel to take a look at what I'm talking about right now. He captured these around 4:30 p.m. a couple days ago, and he explains that it almost looked like a star on the horizon, but by the time he set up his tripod, he could see that it was an object, and then this object began to have a trail behind it, some kind of weird trail. It does not seem normal whatsoever. And Tyrone goes on to explain it. If you look really closely, it appears to have windows within the craft. You could see something unusual. He says he's never seen anything like this. As for believing in aliens, he was always thought we were not alone in the universe and hoped to see something that would make him believe that they would visit us. He didn't expect it to actually happen. Wow, Tyrone says that these pictures can tell a million stories. Basically, yes, exactly, Tyrone. I want to thank him and his neighbors. His neighbors also were with him that captured this, and their names are Mark and Claire Emmons. They shared their Tyrone's photos on their Facebook and basically told the world in regards to their evidence that basically this doesn't look like it's one of ours. It doesn't look like one of ours. So again, Tyrone, thanks for allowing us to use these incredible photographs, and Mark and Claire Emmons for being there on location, witnessing this incredible event. That's what it's all about. Also, another thing that came into Facebook, and you're, again, going to have to check it out on our Third Phase of Moon channel. Tonight, we're going to upload it to the world, so don't worry about that. It's incredible footage from Alfonso Sotomayor, and he lives next to Colima City. Actually, he lives in Colima City, and this is famous for its incredible display of volcanic activity. He works for the Mexican aviation company, and he captured something. He wants you, the people, to decide what he captured, and there's something that looks like a silver disc orb of some shape close to the Colima volcano. There is so much activity by that volcano, the Colima volcano, that it is mind-boggling, and Alfonso has given us permission to share his incredible footage. He actually goes out of his way to zoom in on the object that he captured. And then again, he captures some kind of like massive armada above the skies of hundreds of UFOs shortly after this individual orb-like saucer metallic disc shape next to the volcano itself is the Colima volcano a magnet for UFOs. This is definitely incredible evidence coming in from Alfonso. So these are the videos that were just submitted to me today, and we have permission to run with them. But as always, this is Friday night, Third Phase of Moon Radio, and we want to take your calls from around the world in regards to this UFO phenomenon happening right now. And if you want to call in tonight live, we are live right now. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. We want to take your calls. We want to hear your incredible stories. 2016 is just about up, but we got time for more stories from the public before we get into the, who knows, the explosive 2017 disclosure that people are saying is going to happen. We'll see. Putin's talking about things. He says he might disclose apparently through some inside information, but we'll find out. We'll find out what's going to go down. So if you've got something you want to share tonight, all you have to do is press number 1 on your keypad, and you'll be taken straight to the top of the call list. So let's take a quick break. I want to get these videos uploaded to everybody tonight so they could take a look at it for themselves, because it is going to be quite amazing. So stand by. This is Third Phase of Moon, and it is Friday Night Radio. Hang on, everybody. It's going to be a wild ride tonight. I see the callers lining up, and man, I got a feeling about it. Stand by. All right, let's get to it, everybody. Welcome back, everybody from around the world. Let's bring in the callers. Let's bring them in. That's what it's all about. So let's go to area code 540. We are live, Third Phase Moon, Friday night. Tell us where you're calling from, what's your name, and go ahead with your story. Thank you.
Hello, are you there? Hello?
Go ahead with your story. What's your name?
My name is Sean. I'm from Virginia. And I just have a weird experience, I guess, from around my house, right? So me and my friend went outside one night, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. We went outside to let the dog out, and we heard something weird by the creek by our house. And we didn't really know kind of what was it. We just kind of dismissed it, but it kept on going on for several minutes. So we went over there to check it out. And I took this recording, and I haven't been able to really go anywhere with it, because of course nobody's going to believe it when you show it to them, you know? So I kind of took me a couple weeks, and I figured I would call in and see maybe if you've ever, heard anything like this. So if it's all right with you, I'd like to show you the recording. Like, see if you've ever experienced anything like this.
Yeah. We want to see that recording, most definitely. That's what it's all about. Do you have, can you open up a YouTube channel, upload it right away? We want to see this.
I can try that.
That's what you got to do. The best thing, if you've got something amazing, you think you captured something that the world needs to see, upload it to YouTube. And it's very simple. Copy, paste that link and send it to my email. And my email's in the About page. Or pretty much every video I upload, my email's in the description. And just copy, paste that link and send it to my email. It's the easiest and quickest way to send me the evidence.
Right. All right. I guess so. Let me see if I can do that then. Because I really don't know what it is.
As you figure it out, what do you think you captured? Give me some detail.
It's like a really, how do I explain this? It's almost like, at first I thought it was just like running water, but it was a lot more like hoarse. And it's like running water, but just it was way too strong for this little creek I had, way too strong. So I took this video, and I don't know what else it could be. I went over there, I could find nothing once the sound stopped.
Yeah, it's important. It sounds like you captured something quite amazing, so we want to see it. So, yeah, do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't. I can open one up, though.
Yeah, it only takes a few minutes. And copy-paste that link, send it to my Gmail, because I got a feeling in 2017 I'm going to get more than I've ever had in my life. And we've been doing this for a long time, so I'm looking forward to 2017.
It's going to be an amazing year.
It is. And it'll be quite wild. Well, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for answering,
I'm looking forward to your email. I'm looking forward to that video. And if it's something amazing, we'll share it to the world. So let's get it done.
Awesome. You have a good night.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Okay, well, right on. People have evidence. They want to share it to us. That's what it's all about. We want to see the videos, people. That's very, very important. Insane. Okay, let's see. 3, 2, 1, you're live, Third Phase of Moon. How you doing tonight? Where are you calling from? What's your name? And go ahead with your story.
Yes, sir. How are you tonight? Hello?
Very well. Yeah, your name, and go ahead. Let's hear. You got something you want to share, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You are one of the first outlets that I've spoken to about this. I worked in a facility for about 22 years in Quantico, Virginia, and also then went to Patrick Air Force Base in Florida. My name, actually, I like to keep that anonymous because I'd like to send you something personally to your email regarding something, since everyone wants to do whistleblowing. I've got something explosive that I think that you and your channel should have personally and exclusively only.
Wow. When can we get started, sir? Let's do this.
We could start this tonight. I've got to be extremely careful where I send this from. It's a big deal. If you want to give me a background story about what's going on, I think it's out.
Yeah, before we get to the evidence that you want to share, let's talk about it. Let's get to the background. And what is this evidence you want to share with us? This sounds interesting.
Okay,
let's start from the beginning.
The evidence that I would absolutely... Yes, sir. The evidence that I would love to share with you and your colleagues and your fan base, and including the world, is the truth that there are extraterrestrials and there are UFOs, and the UFOs that they believe that they're seeing in the skies are in fact real. And I have 100% evidence to prove that, and that is coming out of Patrick Air Force Base. I've got hard copies of things, and I've also got digital copies, government files, and also pictures and videos that were taken both back in the 1980s all the way up to 2014. So, and that's involving back engineering. We've also got different technologies that they were working on back in 1985, which included lasers that were able to melt molten steel and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
Wow. It sounds like we're having some kind of just video distortion, maybe some kind of interception of this broadcast live right now. I'm hoping it clears up. Not exactly sure what's going on. But maybe you have the background audio going, but not exactly sure. But you know how to get in contact with me. You have my email address, right?
Yeah, yes, I do. It may be because of the line that I'm on. I'm used different lines that I believe to be secure, sat phones and all that kind of stuff. So can you hear me well now? Because I've got a very interesting story that I think you and your listeners would love to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not done with you. Let's hear the story. Let's get with it. It sounds. I think you're coming in. I think you're coming in clear. It just might be on our end. Not exactly sure, but it seems like everybody's hearing you loud and clear. So, yeah, it sounds good. Maybe let's hear. But
okay,
yes,
so in 2011, I was, and again, I can't go into too much detail with live, but I'll give you this information personally, as long as I stay anonymous through, public. But 2011, I was assigned to a facility in Patrick Air Force Base, and we had gotten a delivery with payload of a unknown aircraft that was shot down outside of Florida, where Kissimmee is. By chance, have you ever heard of Kissimmee, Florida? And this aircraft was taken by transport truck all the way up to Patrick Air Force Base. And our job at that time, I was the chief inspector. And basically what ended up happening was we were told to walk straight forward. All the people, including staff, facility members and all that, were told to walk straight and not to look to the right and not to look to the left, but to keep walking straight. As we approached this aircraft, to the left of us that were the people that were allowed to actually interact and look at these things, there were two bodies, and both bodies were laying on a table, and all I could physically see was an arm, what I thought was an arm. The fingers were at least 12 inches long, at the very least. No fingernails whatsoever. The skin looked almost like a hologram. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You know what static looked like an old white TV?
Yep, just a little audio delay. There's something, the audio is weird. Did he just drop out? What the heck? All right, so the audio, he just dropped out. Not exactly sure what is going on. Wow, this is not good. Caller, call back. I want that gentleman back. He was just explaining that he saw alien hands, 12 inches long, while a vehicle was driving by, and he was next to a base of some sort. And now he was just about to explain more, and the feed was just dropped. Brent, do you recall the area code on that? I want to make sure we see him when he calls back on the. That is so weird. That's okay. There's some audio issues. Not sure where it's coming from, but let's get to the next caller. Let's bring him in. Area code 786. You're live. Third Phase of Moon. How you guys doing? How you doing? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Blake? How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Can
you hear me?
Is this F1? Oh, yeah, I got you.
Oh, perfect. This is Harold from Miami. I called about 3 weeks ago. I told you the story about the light on the bridge over in Carson Road. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Is there some more activity going on over there, Harold?
Not really. I haven't been down there, but I wanted to tell you something about the Japan, when the earthquake hit in Japan on 2011, March 2011, I believe it was. I saw a video that they posted on YouTube, and where there's a car going around on the side road by the water, but I don't think anybody caught this, but it looked like a meteor shot right across, right before the tsunami hit. And that was something that I picked up, and I saw it on that video one time, and they kind of, I don't know, I guess that video got deleted or something. But there was a big bright light that went right across, and next thing you know, the big wave came up on the land, and that's when the tsunami started. So I just wanted to tell you, I don't know if anybody else picked up on that, but also, maybe like 3 years ago, I was working at a job site, and I met a guy who said that he was from, I guess he was raised in the Everglades, and he said that he knew where there was a mothership that had crashed in the Everglades, and that when he was young, they saw it crash, I believe, and the father and him and his sister went to the site, and they found this ship, the mothership or something, and it's been there ever since, supposedly. And this guy was like so serious about it. I mean, it was so believable. And he actually told me that he would take me there one day, but I lost contact with this guy. I probably could get a hold of him. But it was very interesting because he said that he knows how to get there. He knows how to get to the ship, but he also said that the military had fenced the whole place around. So, I mean, it's weird, but he says he's been in it. And they're like, the aliens are asleep inside the mothership. So, I mean, he says it's a big ship that crashed in the Everglades.
He needs to get a lot closer. Yeah, he needs to get there and get as close as he possibly can. If he knows where the ship is, do you think, what would it take to get that evidence, the video footage?
I would probably have to find how to communicate, contact him. There was another guy that was working with us. I believe he has his number, so I could call him, find out if he could give me his number, and maybe he could take me out there. But he told me it was like mile marker 54. I remember him saying that. I kind of looked it up on Google Map, try to find mile marker 54, and see if I see anything, any evidence of any kind. I didn't see anything, but he swears he knows where it's at. He's been there, and I mean, and this guy was like maybe already in his 45, maybe late 40s. But it was very, very interesting that he knew where it was because he was raised out there in the Everglades, and it was just very, very, very interesting. And,
that sounds. Got to get that. We got to get you guys out there. You got to be safe. You got to be safe. Do it the smart way. But it sounds like you guys know where X marks the spot is. A possible, alien craft somewhere in the Everglades off the 55. You could look on Google Maps. It might not, and Google Earth, and I'm sure there's ways that they could hide things like that. And you just never know. You just never know. It looks like we have that previous caller in, but wow,
yeah,
it really.
Area 321. He was Area 321, the guy before.
Oh, area code 321. Let's see.
I believe that's what you said. I believe that's what you had said before. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that. Shoot, I wonder what happened to him because he's got me email. He says he's going to have something to share, and it sounds like you now you might be on a mission here in the near future in the Everglades, maybe discovering something that would change up the world.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to try to get a hold of him, try to get more information, see if we can get out there because I am in Florida. So I'll be in touch with you. I'll call you up again and keep you updated, keep the world up posted on that. All righty?
Absolutely. And document it, too. Get just video of your documentation of your travels, just for backup. It really comes in handy.
Okay, Blake.
All right, sir. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Just keep in touch. Keep in touch. That's what it's all about, man. People on missions, people needing to get information out, and we try best to get it out. Now, let's get to the next caller. We do this twice a week. We need to get as many people in, as much as information as we could possibly get within our hour broadcast every Friday and Monday. Let's get to area code 505. You're live, Third Phase of Moon. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from? And go ahead with your story.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, how's it going? Your name and got you loud and clear.
Excellent.
Hi there. Tell us your name. Where are you calling in from? And go ahead with your story. You got something you want to share?
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. And great job, by the way. So,
thank you.
I have a dream I've been wanting to share with you guys, and it gets me a little riled up when I talk about it. You might be able to tell. So,
well, yeah. Do you think it's a dream, or do you think this is reality? Because we're into reality. Everybody has dreams.
Right.
Approximately maybe 100 every night. What do you think? Reality or just a dream?
Very lucid, whatever it was. So basically this happened 25 years ago, November, in 1991, when I first moved to where I live now in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And basically, I had been living in my car that summer previously, and so I was camping out under the stars. But this was November, and it got cold, and so I found a living room to crash on. Basically, I was basically couch surfing, if you will. So I'm sleeping. It's about 6 a.m, and what I remember, this is how the dream goes. So I'm laying in a room, and it's basically just a white room, and it's not too big, but it's kind of rectangular, and it's all white. It's just stark white, and I'm laying on a table, and I'm completely catatonic, or sort of paralyzed, if you will, out of fear. And in the room, there are these silver orbs floating back and forth. And I was alone in the room, seemingly, except for these orbs that were floating across the sort of like just below the ceiling. Maybe a few of them, I can't remember, but they were just floating back and forth, and they were sort of like baseball size, I guess, to make a reference. And so, and then the ceiling opened up, which was very peculiar. And all I could see was all the stars in the sky. It was very, very dark. I could see the sky just very well. But I could see lights going across the sky, sort of on the horizon, if you will. And they were different colors, like purple, reddish, bluish, greenish, some whitish, I guess. But so, and there was this plasma effect where these rings were sort of floating down from the open ceiling, is the best way I can describe it. But so the room was open to the sky. And but then the ceiling closed back up. Comes the room. My grandfather, who was deceased at this point for a good 5 years, approximately, and I was still catatonic. I was very afraid, so much so that I was unable. There was no speaking involved, but I could telepathically feel him or hear him say, "Don't worry, everything's going to be okay." And then the roof or the ceiling opened up again. And this time, on the horizon, I could see the sliver of the new moon, or the very first crescent moon, and also above me, this time, the sky was sort of darkened out, and I could see what you might describe as running lights. And it was massive. It covered the entire sky except for the horizon. And on the horizon, I can see that moon. And that's very important because basically the dream sort of ends like that, or the experience sort of ends like that. All I experienced was my grandfather as far as contact. But what happened later that night was so peculiar and very strange, because in reality, later that night, I was out with some friends. And we had just gotten home. It was sort of late in the evening, before midnight, very clear evening, November sky, cool mountain weather, and the sky was just very clear. And I remember earlier that night was the very first crescent moon of that cycle. But when we got back to our friend's house, I was the last person to enter the door. And I always love to look. I've been looking at the sky my entire life, always watching. So I look up, and I see this bluish, whitish light, and it's moving so slowly across the sky. And everyone was in the house, and I called them out. There was 5 of us. I can remember perfectly. And we all looked at this for a few minutes. And it sort of stopped right straight overhead, but you could tell it was in the atmosphere, if not, out in space. And it just disappeared. It was gone. And basically...
Okay, this is good. There's a UFO story at the end of the rainbow. That's dreams... everybody's got a dream. And it's kind of an interesting one, but there's 7 billion people that have a lot of dreams out there. 7 billion have dreams every day. If you times that by 100, there's probably 700 billion dreams going on every day on planet Earth. But at least you got to see a UFO at the end. Maybe that was a precursor to, like, hey, keep looking up in that sky, that moon. Not exactly sure, but 700 billion dreams on this planet every day, and that's just within humans. Can you imagine every other animal on this planet that dreams and has REM? Oh, wow. Just think about that. Okay, now, let's get to another caller. We got to get to them. Wow, I hope that other caller calls back, that one that saw the alien hands, and he's got some information he wants to share with me. That's incredible stuff. I think we got an unlisted unlisted number here. Hello?
Hello. Blake.
How's it going tonight? How you doing?
Blake. I'm doing good, man. Hey, I just want to touch on something about, you know how people say that these aliens are part of the fallen angel, and then certain people seem to only be seeing them, and maybe not the believers, because maybe the good angels are protecting the Christians, so these bad aliens do not get close to them, and that's why there's always sightings. Now, I don't know. It's just one of my theories about, I'm not sure if everybody that sees aliens, are they a believer or not. So,
well, you know, if we see aliens and we see these craft coming out of the sky, some people back in the day would call them fallen angels if they didn't know any better. You know, they only had books back in the day that they could refer to history and stories. Not everybody had the internet nowadays and technology to explain what this stuff is. But what's incredible about the evidence that we have, it really portrays technology more so than what people might have thought if they couldn't explain what technology was 1,000 years ago, going into biblical text and a script. You would call them a fallen angel, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess you can look at it like that. It just seems odd. I just thought I would just call and ask, because I'm a believer. I'm a born-again Christian, but I've never seen an alien, you know, and I have seen strange things in the sky, but other than that, that's
sure.
I mean, it goes. So.
Well, you got to believe. Whether not everybody has seen a UFO yet, or definitely even seen an alien. Now, that's pretty highly. That's very unusual. But we've spoken to thousands of people over the years that says they've been in contact, and they're not dreams too. These are broad aware. This is full awareness. I don't want to confuse dreams and extraterrestrial presence and visitation and contact with the real deal, the physical contact from aliens. But yeah, there's a big universe out there, and there's room for aliens, and there's room for fallen angels as well.
Yeah, because I know the fallen angels do not like anybody, period. You know, so that's all I have to say, Blake. I do appreciate your show, and I do subscribe to your channel as well. So keep up the good work, man.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Where are you calling in from? Where are you tuning in from tonight?
I'm calling from Lancaster, California. I talked to you before about one of my friends told me a story out here in Palmdale area, working underground. There was some underground.
Yeah, I remember that. The Palmdale underground bases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of incredible.
I do want to say one thing. I was watching the news the other day, and there's been a lot of people reporting strange noise, like all these sonic booms, not only in my area, but other states are experiencing, and they don't know what's going on. They just been hearing them. And that's kind of, not creepy, but kind of odd. But there's no planes. And that's the crazy part of it.
Yeah, the sonic boom, you look for it, and you're going like, what just caused that? And you look for the indicator. You've just heard the indicator, and now you're looking for what the cause of this sonic boom was, and there's no indication. And that happens a lot over California. I remember I was there during 92. In 1992, approximately, I lived in Redondo Beach, California, and every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. there was this mysterious sonic boom, and it happened for like 4 weeks in a row, and nobody could explain what it was, but they said it was in the trajectory right into heading into Nevada and maybe into Area 51. And they said this thing was approximately going 21 to 28,000 miles an hour over California. What the heck was it? Who knows? But I got a feeling it's reverse alien technology happening right now. And, they're just playing with it. They're having fun. They just need to give some of that fun back to us.
Yeah, you got that right. We put a lot of money into these programs.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it back. Give it back. There's a lot of that going around too. Hey, man, you have a happy New Year. Be safe. Keep in touch.
You too, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, cool. Okay. All right, let's bring in more callers. Let's bring them in. Area code 323. You're live. Third Phase Moon. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got like two real fast stories. Since you were talking about Mexico, I have family out there. They're optometrists, and the point is that from the town we're from to go to the city, every Wednesday they have to drive out there and then drive back. So by the time they're driving back in these lonely roads through, a lot of mountain area. One time I was there with my cousin, and we passed through an area and we stopped. The time I was there, I didn't experience it, but he recalled his experience. And the experience was, so he's driving back at night with his wife. It's just them two. So he stops because he had to use the restroom. As he's using the restroom, he notices these lights flashing like towards the bottom. You could say kind of a little lake type of thing, a pond maybe. And he was like, whoa. He seen a UFO ship near where he was using the restroom. And he was brave about it, and he was like, told his wife, like, look, I want to go near it. But she panicked, got scared, and he didn't end up approaching the ship, but he did see it. You're talking about 10 feet away from him. I was just a story, and I never expected that coming from my cousin. It was just ironic that on the way back, I had to stop to use the restroom too on the road, and it was right about the same area where he experienced that. And if it wasn't for his wife telling me, yes, he's not lying, you doubt it, but I've had my own personal experiences. And, I just wanted to share that with you. And then the other one is...
Okay, yeah, we're running out of time, but call back again. We want to hear the other story. That was one. We only got a few minutes left on the Third Phase Moon, so I want to get to as many people as possible. And that caller that dropped out, his area code is area code 321. If you still have if you're still logged into Third Phase Moon, please call back, area code 321. I do have your number, so I'll try and reach out to you after the show because we do have his contact. That's a good thing. We'll try and bring him back. I don't know why he got dropped off tonight, but we'll try and bring him back. He was talking about some major evidence and crash and retrieval of aliens. So that's what it's all about. Let's go to area code 561. How you doing?
Pretty good, Blake. How you doing so far?
Pretty good. It's my birthday today. As a matter of fact, my twin brothers.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Let's bring in we got an area code 808. We got somebody calling in from Hawaii. Yeah, hey, you're coming in loud and clear. Me. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Yep.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Hello?
Yes, you are. You're coming in loud and clear.
Oh, sweet. This is Sam Azure. So, happy birthday.
Hey, appreciate it. Yep, it is. It's our
birthday. Edie's birthday yesterday.
Whose?
Edie from Taro Patch Gift Store.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So where actually are you calling from, sir?
I'm right in the same district.
Wow, so you're right here in Honoka. All right, so we must know each other.
Indeed. Yeah, so wow. I just wanted to share. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's hear the story. Let's hear the story.
Yeah,
neighbor.
yeah.
Let's
This
hear
is
it. Go
something
ahead.
that the world really. This is something that the world really is kind of just on the verge of a bigger awareness of. But it has to do with basically geometry, sacred geometry, and the number 7-11 and how they've been kind of obfuscated from our consciousness. But you know, if you look at like the Great Pyramid of Cheops and you hold up if you hold up a 7-sided heptagram with all its diagonals overlaid on the inside of that, you'll notice that not only do all the air chambers and the actual structure of like all the Queen's Chamber and King's Chamber, ascending passage and descending passage, it's because of the harmonics of the actual geometry of 7. And if you look at the diagonals of 7, there's actually, and it's like a lot of mathematical facts that are known, but people don't really put it together as far as the implication of what it means. We're all really familiar with the golden mean, the divine proportion, 1.618, that is all from the geometry. You can see it in the 5, and it's this like ever repeating perfect ratio that's found in nature. That's scale invariant, bifurcating, recursive, all these properties. Well, the 7, the diagonals and everything that make up the geometry of 7 is actually it's called the silver constant or the silver mean, and it's like it has a few parts. It's this perfect reciprocity, so 7 is kind of an oddball number, and they've always said, oh, you can't make it with a compass and a straight edge. That's not true either. They just try to, I think that there's been actually, people in the sciences that have wanted people to keep people from understanding, having greater understandings of what our non-limitations are. But so you'll notice that 7 is a hyperbolic number, and it's because that's kind of the key between the higher dimensional physics and the higher dimensional reality that we're actually kind of present within, and where where our minds are still, which is kind of like flatland. It's 3-dimensional.
Sure,
but we're not realizing this.
What could be what would be the benefit that one person could take away with this knowledge, with the 7, knowing about whatever you're talking about? How can we utilize this? Is there any kind of operation? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can understand everything as being like, okay, reciprocity is how you relate with others, but you can think of everything as being reciprocity with source. And one thing is like they always they always go, oh, the sixth sense, is that real or what? That's that's our power of mind. Of course, that's real. Before we can have 5 physical senses, we have to have the sense of awareness and sense of being to be able to process those 5 senses. So you can think of the 7 as a higher intuitive, a higher instinctual inventions. All these things can come from the dimension that is within all of us. It's like that access to that 5th dimension is within every point of place, time, and space.
Yeah, that's interesting, and there could be a number because there's only 0 through 10, and you can only choose so many, and maybe 7 is the most important one. And there's always you can think about
as numbers grow, they get more and more complicated. It's unbelievable the power of numbers, and actually they're all interrelated. You can get from one number to another number in their smaller fractional components. So it's like but the power of primes, there's something really significant to it, and 7 is kind of a threshold number to higher dimensional understanding and higher dimensional reality.
Do you think it has something to do with anything mathematical, pre-designed, some kind of program?
Oh, absolutely. Math is just the language that describes geometry. Geometry is always first. But if you want to talk about what the use of the pyramids really were, and if you want to think about, if you think about geometry, you have to start studying inversive geometry and understanding the nature of hyperbolic and ellipsoidal geometry. And the ratio, that silver mean, is oh so important to harmonics. If you understand that we have 7 octaves, and you wonder why aren't we investigating more things in the tome of harmonics and in that relationship, then we'd understand.
And and numerology. It's definitely some kind of. It's definitely a science, and it takes a lot of work to get there. But let me let's get off this subject real quick, because we could go on and on for this conversation. But I do want to. I want to recall back in the day.
On you.
Hold on.
I'll tell you one thing.
Hold on.
I'll tell you one thing.
Wait a second.
You know,
I got one
crop
thing
circles.
To say.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Let's. I just want to bring up this guy. This guy that I'm talking to, if I recall correctly, he approached me in my hometown right here in Hawaii on the Hamakua coast. This guy that just you've been listening to, he actually turned me on to the John Kerry Antarctica story. He basically motivated me to tell the world about it, because I thought it was pretty incredible. I saw it coming in through the feed, but this guy that I'm talking to right now, he motivated me to put it up and share it to you, the world. So I got to thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You,
you know
right?
who I am. So yeah, that's me. And I'll lay one thing on people that's concrete, because I don't want to. It's like I have a lot of ideas about things, and I have a lot of understandings about things. But for somebody to understand something that other people that and to say, yeah, that is what it is. It's just like pointing your finger at the stars. So, but one thing I will tell you is that the really good crop circles that we know have special properties. The grass has magnetic signatures and stuff like that. My understanding is that those are stereographic projections that are coming through a hyperbolic portal, which is transcends time and space faster than light. And they're basically telepathic communication from space-time that's kind of, you could call it an infinite point in space-time, but it's really just kind of within the within. Okay.
Got it. And you people out there, man, do your research. Listen to what he just said. Is there an importance to the number 7 and the crop circle phenomenon? And is there some kind of communications going on in regards to crop circles? Are they trying to send us messages? I believe so. There's a lot of crops out there that some people are saying that they're hoaxed out there. People create these things, and definitely they are. But some of them are genuine, in my opinion. Some of them are very genuine. All right, we got time for one more caller. Let's see if we could bring him in. Thanks, caller, from our neighbor right here on the Hamakua coast. Now let's get to the next caller. We got a few minutes left, so I think we got him here live at loud and clear. How you doing tonight?
I think they're about to put me in.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, what's your name?
Hello? Am I on?
You're live. You're live right here at Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
All right. My name is Michael. I'm from New York, but I live in West Virginia. I be listening to you all the time. Like, every time you come on, I'm always on all your posters, all that. But I know you got a couple minutes left. I had caught a couple alien sightings myself. I got the pictures and the videos of it. I'm gonna shoot it through to your email.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We want to see the evidence. We want to see it. But can you explain to us right now what exactly you captured? What are you experiencing, sir?
Okay. It was a couple of us. We was walking, coming from the store. Then I seen something in the sky. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And my friend was like, "No, that's just Venus. That's just Venus." I said, "No, it ain't." Then we started looking for a minute. And like when we was looking, we seen like basically like the U.S. like our crafts was going over there by it, and it had to have been some like benevolent thing because they didn't want no parts of it, but they was there around it. And this whole part of West Virginia was lit up with helicopters, blackbirds, all that. I mean, it was so crazy that a blackbird flew like right over us. And I got the pictures of it and the video and all that. I mean, the blackbird was so close to us, we felt the heat from it. It shook the house when it went over us and everything. I was like, what? I knew got the picture too. It's crazy. I was like, what? I was like, yeah. And then when I know, I think
what do you mean?
Like
what do you mean a blackbird? What? A blackbird is just like is it like a crow or?
No.
But there's a lot of
blackbird. The black.
What do you mean?
The blackbird, like the plane or the craft or what, like whatever we like. You know, our little. What is it? How
like the TR-3B.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yes, stealth. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Gotcha. This wow.
Yeah, it was
now
all black.
I want to see that video, man.
The only reason why we knew that was the blackbird because it was all black and it was stealth. Because we really couldn't see it until it got up on us and it went over us. I seen the lights from under the plane. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you know, like the little, they little lights they be having under it. I seen that. Like I was like, what? Are you serious? Roll right over us, and it went over to the area of that thing. And whatever that thing was, it was so big, and it had a big force field. You could see that they couldn't even like get close to it. Like some planes was going over, creeping to it, and then when they get to it, they was going around it. And I was like, are you serious right now? But
You just captured the TR-3B, my friend. The TR-3B, reverse engineered military technology, part of the DARPA project. And it is definitely a sight to behold. And we've gotten videos from around the world of what you've seen and captured. So I want to get more of that evidence. Look, send it to my email. It's in my description and about page. Do it.
Yep. I got it. I got the email and all that. I'll send it through.
You're going to do it? That's going to be awesome. Hey, man, you have a safe new year. It's coming up within 24 hours, and 2017 is going to be upon us. So keep in touch. Keep in touch. I want to see that video. Appreciate it, sir.
Yep. All right. Thank you. All right.
Third Phase of Moon, this is Blake Cousins reporting, and be sure to join us after the new year on Monday in regards to UFO sightings, because there's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of people having their eyes on the skies watching the big displays going on. But little do they know they're going to be capturing UFOs at the same time. Usually around this time we receive many UFOs, so UFO sightings in regards to people capturing this during major events outside. So stay tuned for that. Who knows? We might even have a new video after what you've just, what I've been explaining to you earlier in the broadcast from Colima and the UK of incredible UFOs. So stay tuned for that. Everybody have a safe new year. We'll see you in 2017 on Monday. Same time, everybody. Blake Cousins, keep your eyes on the skies. We'll see you again next time.
Flight, we have landed on the moon. Control, this is flight, we have landed on the moon.